else was I working on recently? Oh yeah, I was working on the Bouncecraft level, right? Um, let's continue working on this one. Seems like a good idea. So, I might not make it max size. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about the sizes. Uh, let's see here. I think some thwomps could be good. So, I could set it up. Oops. With thwomps. Go like this. And then, let's see here. Wait a minute, what am I doing with these thwomps exactly? Uh, I need some way to stall the player, right? Or, oh, you know, what if we make a big stack of thwomps? Maybe that's no good. Maybe I should move them up like one space. I don't know if this makes any sense, to be honest. Because I don't... actually... Wait a minute. Uh... I'm trying to figure out... Should I just... Oh, what if I, hmm, I have an idea. I could do this, or even this. I could, I want to put, my brain is moving faster than my, I don't want to do that. And the game will let me edit the level. Um, okay, so I'm thinking we come out of here, and the thwomps just start coming down right away. And the only way you can escape is by playing dead. I feel like that's good. Um, and the question is, how do we get past the thwomps at that point? I'm actually not sure. Was it this pipe? Well, that's not the pipe somehow. Was it really the first pipe? Did I mix things up? It's the first pipe for some reason. Okay, whatever. No, you're not supposed to be that. You're supposed to be this. Okay. Let me see about this. Wait, why is it scrolling? Oh no, I didn't stop the scroll early enough. Well, that's not good. Um, well. I Oh, I feel like a dum-dum right now. Well, I could make the walls thinner, but that doesn't look as good. Troll level? Why would it be a troll level? It's gonna be a red coin challenge room based on the dry bones. If you haven't seen it yet, you can check out my catsuit red coin challenge room level. There were 9 challenge rooms in it. And it was by no means a troll level. Now there's this plan to be one. I'm just trying to figure out how I want to have the player like do things. Oops, I messed that up. They don't all come out at the same time. It's interesting. That might be okay. But the problem is I gotta seal the auto scroll off, and I kind of like the way these are set up, but I don't have a way of letting the player have access to these. So the main issue is this fourth one here. Like right around here, I should be sealing off the auto scroll, and I haven't done that yet. And that is a problem that I've not addressed. I guess. Let me think about this for a moment here. Well, currently, you cannot go back into the pipe because it's sideways. We could make that pipe actually be just like one of these instead of what I was doing with it. But wait a minute, no, because the red coin, once you touch the red coin, you're not obligated to go through the challenge when I have it set up like that. That's not okay. For now I can just move this over here, but I need to figure out how I'm gonna seal this section off and use this red coin and so on. I could probably reuse this thing and just like make it smaller, I guess. Just make this go upside down or whatever. Oops. It doesn't look all that great, but it's something. Okay. So I mean, for now, I guess that's fine. I mean, it didn't really need to be closed off like that. Oh no, it does because the red coin, right? I'll figure out how to turn this into a safety coin later, I guess. We could do something like You can put a lava bubble here on the track or something and swipe down the pass. Just make the player think twice about grabbing it, basically. So it should be sealed off at this point, which it's not, so let me seal that off. There we go. Alright. There we go. Now no scrolling. Oh yeah, how am I gonna get up here though? I need to figure that out. You just put some of this here or something, I guess. It doesn't look that great, does it? Well, do this. How does that look? It looks pretty good. I still don't know how I'm gonna distribute shells, but I'll figure it out sooner or later. Oh man, that is really tricky. Let me try that again. I don't know if the player is going to be able to pick up on that really fast. Do that. I'm going to have to move the shell over here. Well, that's not too bad, actually. It definitely doesn't take you too far up. Oh, I have to fix this section. Well, I was probably going to add a lot more here anyway. Imagine if you could make a dry bone shell, or like instead of going up and down, make it go left and right with wings. That could be cool. Put the shell in the pipe. That's not a bad idea. Should I just put it out of the green pipes and just make it go out of the green pipes? I could always change my mind and make it come out a different way, but for now I think this seems like the best option. Because it's not like I can attach it to a checkpoint, so... And the checkpoints are near the green pipes, so it's good enough. Yeah, so far I'm liking this. Seems okay. This, though, seems a little bit eh. I'm not excited about the fact that this is so much smaller than those other sections are. No, I kind of want to make the other sections smaller now to match. Well, they're only like, these blocks are only one space taller than this block is, for starters. So, realistically, I could make that happen without much fuss. And then, it's just a matter of, I guess, putting this here, putting this here, putting this down to here, drawing this in, and I guess if you just, at some point, put something up here maybe. I don't know what it would go up there, but I could maybe Well, I'll have to think about it. Anyway, I don't think the checkpoint's going to continue to be on a block like that. I could actually make it be upside down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess that looks okay. I can move the door somewhere, I suppose. Is here better? Probably. It's not what I meant to do. It's funny. It's okay though. I kind of like these doors just kind of out in the open like that, actually. I might keep it that way. I don't think there's a strong reason to change that. Hello there, Garth Vaderstein and company. Welcome to the channel. I'm currently building a level. If you guys have levels that you would like to see me play, feel free to add them to the list. If you stick around to the end of the stream, I'll make sure I give some of them a fair attempt. Oh, I just noticed this checkpoint, it kinda doesn't really look connected to the desert wall. I might want to change that. Wait a minute, does it look connected if it's like this? It totally does. That's very unfortunate. If you make it go upside down, it doesn't look connected. Does it look connected upside down if I put it on these? Yes, it definitely does. But now the hard blocks kind of don't look very connected to the bottom of that. Interesting. Huh. Very interesting. I'm curious. How would it look if I put cloud blocks here? Not that I think I should, but... Yeah, obviously cloud blocks don't typically look connected to things. I would say, though, that checkpoint looks more connected to the cloud block than it did to the wall blocks. What happens if I try to attach it to a bridge? Oh, this just looks like nonsense. Yeah, never mind. Well, maybe making it go upside down is not the answer. How's this? Oh, that totally doesn't look connected again. Let's see here. So what would be the solution? I guess I could slap it on top of a semi-solid, maybe. Where would I put the semi-solid, though? I don't want to, like, obscure the dry bones. Or, yeah, whatever these are, the doodad. What if I put it, like... What if I put a bridge somewhere? Oops. If I put it on top of the bridge, just for the sake of argument, it actually looks pretty cool. Of course, I'm not putting the bridge anywhere. It doesn't fit anywhere. I could actually just put it here, but that's kind of out of the way. It's not very convenient, I feel like. It sure looks nice, though. Maybe I shouldn't really care that much about convenience. I really do like it when things look nice, to be honest. I'm not a huge fan of this green pipe, to be honest. I know it was suggested by Bingo Bo to use the green pipe with the Bouncecraft, But I feel like I'd rather it be a blue pipe. I feel like blue pipe, it just contrasts so much better with the desert. Blue pipe is definitely the way to go. Yeah, we're doing blue pipe for that instead. I don't know if we're gonna be using a green pipe for anything at this rate. Am I even using a red pipe for anything? It might just all be a blue pipe and a yellow pipe. We could theoretically use a green or red pipe if we need to use it in place of a door somewhere. I'm not sure if that's gonna be happening or not. So Garth Vaderstein, were you streaming some Mario Maker, I'm guessing? Is that how come you rated me? I think you were streaming some last time you rated me, if I remember correctly. I think I want to keep this room relatively simple. Do I want to have lots of thwomps in the level? Possibly. If that's the case, then it might make some sense to use some indicators for their pathing in every room. That being the case, we want some of these at the bottom of this room, so the player will know that the thwomps are going there. That said, then I can put in a thwomp over here, going this way, I guess, because why not? And then another thwomp going the other way. Will they be able to reach us? No, this thwomp does not reach that far. You have to get over to here for it to reach. So, just to reiterate, this is not close enough, right? Or no, it is if you jump from here. But I want... Okay, he still jump at me if I'm there. What about if I'm here? Yeah, he does. What about if I'm here? At this point, I'm too far away. I have to be like in between these two spaces to trigger him. Interesting. Now, to reiterate, if I'm anywhere here, these guys trigger, of course. Anyway, let's move them closer then. So I want this here then. Yeah. So I'm gonna draw some more spike blocks, I figure. So that way it kind of gives the thwomps something to rest on, sort of. These thwomps don't really have anything to rest on, I guess. I suppose I could put like a line of cloud blocks, I guess, to signify a sort of wall for the thwomps to be resting against, kind of, is the idea. So that's a thing. I could also just like use cloud blocks in general to indicate that this is like the origin of where Thwomp is at, maybe? If that's the case, then I could put a couple of Thwomps right here instead of spike blocks. I suppose so, that might not be a bad idea. That might work. How does this all look? To be honest, I like this look. This is really cool. Of course, since I'm standing here, this guy actually poses no danger to us. Oh. We could put some bigger coins in the path, or just coins in general, to encourage the player to interact with the thwomps, I guess. It's like whatever. I mean, at this point, I don't think it really matters if we're playing dead or not. I think it's cool the way it is. We already played dead earlier. A little bit of more interaction with thwomps isn't going to hurt anything. We're just getting the players used to thwomps and stuff. I think that's okay. I suppose I could do like... We could force the player to do some zigzagging. That might not be a bad idea. So actually, I could put a thwomp here. We could block this part off. Perhaps. Maybe I should make it more complicated. So after we jump up here, we have to, I could do this, I suppose, to prevent the player from going somewhere that we don't want them to go, pretty much. I don't know, I guess that's okay. Well, I don't want them to be worried about this spike block here. Oh yeah, we want a couple of clouds here. Sure. But letting the player jump up through there is not the answer. I don't know, I'm trying to figure out what am I doing exactly. So, technically, that will trigger the thwomp. If I do this, I'll trigger that thwomp, and then... I'm just trying to figure out, can I cheese this stuff in general? Well, okay, here's a problem. So if I jumped up here, then we actually get stuck, kinda. Then you'd get killed. Well, of course there's a spike. We're not actually stuck, but yeah, it's really easy to get killed if you're not being careful. But more importantly, I'm trying to figure out, like, I feel like there's a lot of cheese in this level, unless I tighten things up. Not sure if I care. I think we do. We don't want people to cheese things. So, but also want things to look good. Hello there, Broken Crown Plays. What's up? You having a good day so far, I hope? You know what I guess I could do is I could do something like put a lava bubble here, so that way you cannot jump up. That might be a decent solution. I could also move the thwomp, like, forward, I guess. And then we could put some spike blocks back there. Or I could just put a couple of spike blocks here instead of moving them. I'm not sure if that's the best solution, but it is an idea. Also, I could do something like this. I don't know if I want to, though. That doesn't look as good, does it? No, not really. You haven't been on Twitch for a while. Oh, I can imagine. Looks like you joined it around the time when Super Mario Maker 2 came out, huh? You joined Twitch on August 4th. You've typed 244 messages in this channel. Yeah, last time you were here was in January. Last time you said you haven't been here for a while. I sounded like a TikTok Waluigi at some point, or was that somebody else? Have you been making any levels in Mario Maker? What you hanging out here for? You enjoying some Mario Maker? Do you know I've built 74 levels now, by the way. If you're curious in trying any of them, there's my Maker ID. I'm working on the new level right now. I'm trying to make like a Dry Bones challenge level. It might be hard, but it's Dry Bones shell. You're gonna be really powerful eating like Play Dead and stuff. So I'll show you real quick. I think the idea is you do that, and oh, now we're safe. And so you have to escape this area. So do some of this. Do some. Oops. Okay, well that was me being dumb, to be sure. Let's try that again. Okay, so oh, wow. Oh, this is actually pretty challenging as it is, isn't it? Seems like. I don't know if I should make any more changes to it. What? Oh, I didn't even need to do that. Once you're up here, you're fine. You can just calm down. Alright? Like, you can't be touched as long as you're on this row. Yeah. So it's just those last couple of thwomps, really. The third one's, like, not important at that point, it seems like. So trigger him. Just jump up here and then you're good. Just jump on the cloud. That's a pretty cool strategy. You can actually collect those coins when you run sideways like that. That's kind of cool. Your phone is being bad. The stream is really laggy. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I tried to make sure that the resolution option was really low. Are you not able to use 360 or 160p streaming options right now? Because if you can, maybe you should try that. I noticed that the chances that I get to the lower resolution option increases if I use a lower resolution option to begin with. So it's like 432p is the default option. I'm actually curious. I'm gonna go check real quick. It's possible to change the resolution to a lower setting. At least on the PC. Oh yeah, it's not possible to change it right now. We're stuck at 432p. That's unfortunate. RIP. Well, I wonder if it's because I started at 11. I think if I start at 5, there might be an increased chance that they give me the lower resolution option, like 360p and so on. Anyways, I'm actually safe like that. Wow, that's amazing. So this section is actually fairly cheesable, I feel like, without your shell. So, like if I take damage here, I can just do that. Like that's actually pretty easy to cheese. Yeah. Okay. So, how do I eliminate cheese possibilities? Is at this point is what I'm trying to figure out. What am I doing? I'm building a Bouncecraft survival room. So on the other side of this pipe, see, you have to get this red coin. You have to get all the red coins to unlock the final door here. So you collect the red coin, you go through the pipe because you cannot retreat at that point. What in the world? I can even do that? Aw. How am I supposed to prevent the player from doing that? Anyway, you're supposed to go in there with the Bouncecraft. But I'm just noticing that this room is full of tons of cheese. Oh my goodness. So I guess I could make the room bigger. Well, I was probably gonna be doing that anyways eventually. It's just a matter of time. Uh, okay. So some of this stuff is just kind of haphazardly just thrown in there. I don't necessarily want to do a lot of moving, but I don't see that I have much choice. Just move it to like here, I guess. I'm not sure how far up that is. Was it like this? Yeah. Okay. I'll just move it up to here for now. Get it out of the way. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, let me move some of this up to like, I don't know, here I guess. Okay, so I'm not, I guess I need to do something like this. Now how's this? Will this get the job done in preventing all the cheese? I'm not sure. Seems like this would probably work. I don't think there's a way to call them from down here, right? Yeah. So this should totally work. This should prevent the cheese right here, right? So if you've already taken damage here, you're going to need the Dragon Shell for this part. Now, the trick is going to be setting up the rest of this gauntlet to be reasonable. And preventing cheese but not being too difficult, basically, at this point. Okay. That was pretty easy, to be honest. Do I want more thwomps? I feel like we could get away with putting in more thwomps. Can I put a thwomp here, I wonder? Is that gonna be too weird? Oh, this thwomp could theoretically block that one. I'm not sure if that's a problem or not. Oops. Wait, what do I do about this guy? Oh. Oh, this isn't going to work. I have no way of going past this guy because he blocks my path. Yeah, this guy gives me like 4 spaces with which to work with when I stand on here. Or no, 3 spaces, right? No, 3 plus these 2. Yeah, this guy right here, that's not going to work. It, yeah, I don't, there's no way to go around him. Absolutely no way, so I need to get rid of this guy. Or I need to change the shape of the tunnel, which I don't feel like doing. Okay. Alright, that's pretty reasonable, I'd say. I could put another one down here, I guess. Maybe. I don't know exactly where I'm going to put the indicators, but... So, maybe here? Does that seem about right? Actually, it seems to be here. Seems to be the correct spot for that. So 6 spaces between it and that thing, or maybe even more, potentially. 2, 3... This is 7, so 7 works, apparently. Wait. Maybe I should move it 1 more space over. Yeah. Because here, I'm safe from it. Because as soon as I touch that, it's debatable. I feel like either here or here. I feel like both is kind of correct. I'll just put it there. Because that's consistent with what we had over here with the 6 spaces between them. Uh... So this should be pretty escapable. Let me just do a quick little test here. Make sure that it's not too hard. Yeah, easy peasy. We could do a little bit more of that, just to do a bit of consistency checking, you know, pretty much. So I could do this again. We could actually move them a little bit further back, I guess, in theory. Is that... Oh, I want like one space more to the left, I guess. Let's see how this feels. It should be okay, I think. I'm probably gonna add more coins at some point. Anyway. What am I doing? I don't know. Oops. And that's lovely, I think. Yeah, sure. Alright, so... You're working on a traditional level. That's cool. Okay. I don't know what I want to do with coins in general here. I feel like I don't want to get carried away with baiting the players. Let's just put them like that. It's fine, I guess. So actually, on the flip side, how would it be trying to go backwards through this gauntlet, just out of curiosity, if somebody wanted to do that? How would that turn out? Oh, they can't do it at all because of this one right here being in the way. Right. You can only, like, go past this guy to here. That's about it. You can get, like, 4 coins. And then you have to back out. Yeah. Because there's no way to trigger this one. Okay. Yeah, that could work. Alright, so let's get rid of that. Yeah, that seems fine. That's a decent start for the concept of the level. Oh, what else can we do here? What other rooms do I want to do? So that's a Thwomp room. Thwomp room is pretty basic to understand. It's not hard to understand, I feel like, for me. Alright, if you guys have suggestions for what to do for Bouncecraft or Jarbone's Shell Challenge, whatever you want to call it, let me know in the chat what you think I should add as a challenge, and I'll consider it. I'm gonna move some stuff up. Did I already? This needs to be moved up, right? Yeah, let's move this up. Get it out of the way a bit more. Move some of that up. Anyways, so yeah, I haven't fully decided what I want to do with these other sections. Let's see here. We have a bounce craft. What are the things like do not get hurt by bounce craft? One example would be lava bubbles. No, lava bubbles get hurt by it. Like everything gets hurt by it other than like thwomps, right? Oh, we could do, I don't know. We could use burners, I guess. I feel like my options are somewhat limited. Maybe, I don't know. I feel like I made like this really cool like survival gauntlet, and then I feel like the level is done now, even though that's obviously not going to be the case. Why don't you, for a boss, why don't you make the player fight a Boom Boom on Thwomps? The player gets a star and then you kill the pal and can't escape. Wait, what? Oh. Well, I was gonna plan on giving the player a way to fall through on the auto scroll section, perhaps. I didn't think about that for a boss fight. Wait a minute. We cannot survive with burners, though. We could use burners as substitute for, like, the bottom of the boss fight room. Because if I were going to put a boss fight room in, I would put it, like, towards the top of the level, more likely, I think. So this, yeah, we lose the bounce craft if that happens. If we're touching the burner with it. Although you can play dead, but you can only do it for so long. We could actually, like, put it towards the bottom of the level, I suppose. Actually, oh, we could survive down there indefinitely. Oops. If you time it correctly, that is. But that would be kind of boring, though. It's just like a... Like, that's up to the player to, like, soft block themselves. Why would they want to do that? I'm not sure. Another option could be... We could flip this around the other way with this. Surely this would screw the player over and make it impossible to choose it, right? Oops. Nope. I'm not very good at this kind of thing. Oops. Oh, you can! Okay, well, yeah, there's too much, You can actually hold it down the entire time. In fact, I probably don't even have to change anything. Oh, never mind. No, you have to wait a little bit, actually. Interesting. Oh, Snow Cold, you like the way the bounce craft works? Yeah, I think the bounce craft is really cool. But I'm trying to figure out what I want to set up to force the player to do and that kind of thing. I guess maybe what I could do in addition to the burners, we could put some lava bubbles on Or maybe just like instead of the burners. Could put lava bubbles here. Actually, now that I think about it, we could theoretically make a challenge room be about dealing with these burners. Like, how much could I move if I did this? Like, would even getting in here be feasible for starters? I guess is a good question. I don't know. This might be treading into the crazy territory at this point, but I'm not sure what else to tinker with. Why not make a room where if someone doesn't have dry bones shell, they have to do another room to get it? What? I don't know if I understand the thought process behind that. You mean like recover your dry bones shell? Like, an escape pipe or something like that? I mean, I suppose that's certainly an option. We could do something like that for the boss fight, I suppose. I don't know. Yeah, for like, if the room gets too hard, then I could see myself wanting to do something like that. Let's see here. So, if I set it up so... do this, and then copy this to like here, delete these two, set up some spike blocks over here as a barrier, and then over here too. So now the player has to go around this way. Oops, where did my shell go? I need my shell. Okay, that's plenty doable. I like that. So that could work for a room for sure. The question is, how do we make it look good at that point, right? Just having these just in the middle of nowhere looks a little bit silly. I could put this on top of it, I guess. Maybe that makes it look not so silly, I suppose. Oh yeah, that definitely improves the way it looks, I think. What if I used these instead? Would that be better or worse? I think that might be worse. Or maybe it's better. What do you guys think? Is it better with gray blocks or brown blocks? I want to use a donut block and a saw to get through an area. I don't know, that's pretty normal, isn't it? I think I like brown better. I'm gonna go with the brown color, actually. It's just a nicer color. Can I still climb from here up to there? No. Well, no, but I can do it from the, from the flame part. Oops. Not that that's easy or anything. Oh. Wow, that's actually really challenging. Oh. Oh my goodness. There we go. Whew. No, I like that. I'm keeping it like that. I want that to be tough. Okay, so now what? We're gonna have to make sure that the player still has the shell at this point. We don't want them just damage boosting through this. So I think I'm gonna do a repeat of what we did earlier with these thwomps. We're just bringing the thwomps to make sure that they didn't damage boost this. I think is a good idea, and keep bringing in the thwomps to do shell checks essentially. So you can equip it before you start playing. What are you talking about? You mean this thing? Oh yeah, but if you try to hit the upload button, then it will not be equipped anymore. So yeah, if you select Mario, then you can give him this. That's what he means. It's... yeah, I haven't been doing that. Maybe I should though, but anyway, whatever. I get out of the habit of doing that because, as I said, if you click the upload button, then it doesn't work. But yeah, if we're working on a level like this, I see your point. But honestly, like, this is kind of like, to me, it's kind of like a maker advantage thing. I feel like it diminishes, like, it takes something away from, what is it I'm trying to say? The experience when it comes to, like, just playing through the level, if that makes sense, like getting the flow of the level. But now that you mention it, maybe we'll just play it like that for a little while. So, if I'm gonna have this mirror that part, I feel like we need some wall blocks here, right? And then, let's see here. Does this go all the way over here? I think it does. Wait, over here we go. Trying to figure this out. Okay, so right about here maybe should be where we escape, I guess you could say, sort of. This is where the thwomps will meet up with us, I guess. So at this point, I guess I'm gonna be exiting out this way, which means thwomp over here, thwomp over here, and then we have these. There we go. That should be okay, I think. There should be no way that they can choose this. Because you cannot trigger the thwomp with these two spaces here. And if you jump it anywhere in the middle-ish, it'll trigger them both. So the only way to get out of this situation is to jump up here and do that. And then you can jump on him and escape. So, block that part off. Actually, I want this cactus. We put the cactus there. Okay. Or even here might be a little bit better. Am I moving some of this up? I think I am, actually. Yeah. Oops. I think I messed something up. It's gonna be a real struggle for me to, like, speedrun levels like this. I'm gonna be very curious to see how long I can get away with making a level. Um, when I speedran my red coin collecting number 14, I actually didn't go as fast as I could have. Like, don't get me wrong, I did a lot of things really fast, but one room in particular, I didn't do the right way as far as getting it done as fast as possible. In fact, I did that room very slowly, like slower than if I had been just playing it the intended way, if that makes sense. But I was doing it because it was safer for me to clear it that way. But because I actually added like cheese, but there was like a first kind of cheese you could do that makes that room so fast, which I didn't think of doing, so I should have done that. But if I'd done that, then that would have improved my clear time so much. As it was, I managed to do the level like at around 7 minutes or so, I think it was. It's over 7 minutes, but it was still like for as long as the level was, it was pretty impressive. And I have no qualms about making this level very long because as the player, you can keep recycling the save points, like the checkpoints. So if you can't beat it in one life, that's fine. Your progress keeps getting saved every time you get a red coin. So it's going to be like a personal challenge to me to see like how long I can get away with making my red coin saving level. Um, and it won't be unfair for other people because, as I said, their progress will get saved. Um, so that's the beauty of a red coin saving level that I feel like other people just don't know how to appreciate how interesting, like, and how like large the design of such a level can be. Like I really appreciate like how much power Nintendo gives us and us being able to design these levels. Um, so let's see here. Let me double check some stuff. So if I go through this pipe here, that takes me out to here, and of course we cannot do anything here, but then we can essentially reset the room. Yeah. So I feel like this is enough of a shell check. Like here we have like lots of thwomps to deal with because it's kind of like the thwomp room. So I guess after this point, we've done the shell check. Um, wait a minute. Let me just say something real quick here. So let's just say I take damage real quick here. Now, can I? Is it possible for me to speedrun damage boost past these swamps if I take damage around here? Is the question. Well, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's possible. I have to take a bit of practice. Oops. Oh, no, that's too slow. No, there's no way that's going to be possible, is it? Okay, so I feel like it's fine as it is already. Are you going to need shell for whole level? That's the plan, yes. I mean, you can lose it because these pipes will have shells. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I gotta change the color of this pipe. This should be green or red. Um, So the idea is it's a challenge room based on the shell. Yes, like every there's the be like a whole bunch of challenge rooms, like 9 of them basically. That's the plan, and so every time the player completes a challenge, they get to save their game by touching the black checkpoint. So once it's so you can go back and forth. See, there's another checkpoint here, and then now the other one's going to be black. Every time you do that, it saves your current number of coins. And so basically the plan is to go through this final door with once you have all of the red coins. Now the only thing that I'm thinking about that could potentially be problematic for the player is they might come out of all of these doors and might think that one of these is the final door, but I don't think that's gonna happen. But in Red Coin Collecting 5, I remember I had all 4 of the locked doors next to each other. This one actually is gonna have way more than 4. It's gonna have like 6 or 7 of them actually. But some of those are in the auto scroll section. This level's definitely way more complicated than what I usually make, but I really like the design of it so far. Like the way I made the layout is really interesting because these exit points are simply survival sections and you just cannot go backwards. And instead of having a locked door at the end of it, instead of collecting a key, you just go through it like linearly. Like these are linear challenge rooms. So I usually don't like make very linear levels, and this isn't very linear because every player can choose which room they go into, like one at a time. But once you go into the room, then it becomes pretty linear. That's a pretty significant difference, I would say. So, and one thing that's really interesting about the design of this level is you got this first room or so you get to choose between these 4 different pipes, but then I'm also planning an exploration section too, if that makes sense. So these are the exits for the exploration rooms, which mean that is to say, uh, we'll go into like this kind of area. We'll go up here, and there will be like that's the exit door, right? I obviously need to design this room, but the main idea is you enter into the room with and then you cannot escape because of this. So instead of having a pipe go into it, essentially is the idea. So it gives me a lot of extra space using the semi-solids. Anyway, so you get your red coin, but then you probably have to fight like some kind of enemies, and like maybe like a giant enemy will have the key, or maybe that'll be like a Koopaling or something. I haven't figured that out yet. But yeah, there'll be like these various like exploration rooms. You have to like jump around and climb around through the level to find it. So it's kind of like the Red Coin Collecting 14, but there are obviously a lot of differences. Hello there, Infinite Abby. Welcome back. Yeah, you've been submitting some pretty hard and unfair stuff. Looking forward to see how trolly your next submission is. So at the end of this gauntlet, I want to add some more of these things. Is going to be the idea here, I figure. Not sure exactly how I want to set this up though. I think making this shorter could be nice. Let's see here. Do I wanna maybe do that? Perhaps? Not sure. I could do something like this. I don't know what I'm doing. burners. Yeah, I think that's what these things are called, right? I figure out what I want to do with these. Oh. I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but... Is this gonna be too... This might be too challenging or something. I'm not even sure what I'm doing. Here we just had it straight up. All the ones at the bottom are the same, and all the ones at the top are the same. And now... Yeah, I mean, it looks different. It looks really cool, but I think it's pretty much the same thing we did before. It's just essentially a consistency check at this point. But there's no good to do another consistency check if I don't do another shell check afterwards. So I guess that means I make this gauntlet a little bit taller again. Okay. This part is actually arguably a little bit harder than I think this part will be, because you only have to jump 3 spaces to start the thing, whereas here you have to jump 5. This is still like really, like very reasonable. But I just wanted to point that out really briefly, so I don't have to worry about this part being more difficult. I guess if I think about it though, another way to do a shell check might actually just be to have the player like walk on some spikes rather than doing the thwomp thing. That might be what could make the most sense here. But that might look a little bit ugly to pull off as well. I'm not sure if I want to do that. It's certainly an option. I guess I could draw like walls with the spikes. I don't know if that's even a good idea at all. Well, let's start by moving some things up. How's that? That should be okay. I guess, you know, another thing I could do, since I already moved all this up so far anyways, we could actually make like a pathway to this area instead of like forcing the player to go around. Maybe would that be something that I want to do? I'm not sure. I'm also not sure if this pipe is going to stay here. It's probably not. I think I'm going to be moving it somewhere else. I'll just put it here for now. Get it out of the way. Let's review. So this section is done. In fact, I could do something like, we could add a slope here, because why not? We'll make this area look a little bit interesting, I guess. More or less. Let's move this somewhere, I suppose. Actually, that might look just fine. Just move that up. Does that look better? I feel like that probably looks better. I think I'd do this. Like multiple cactus next to each other. And block out that one, block out this one too. Let's put this one up here. Get rid of that. Okay. So block off this part. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, wait, what? Okay, so I want this, right? Yeah. Okay. So pretty much, I could just put a bunch of spikes like this right here. It doesn't look that great though because of this semi-solid and the spikes in front of it. It looks kind of weird, but I could put this semi-solid somewhere else, I suppose. Oh man, I don't know. Do we even care about the semi-solid? I think so, but do I keep moving everything up? I don't know if that's gonna work forever, but I guess we try. I don't want to move those spikes. Well, I don't have much of a choice apparently. Oops. That's starting to look kind of weird. Well, I could do this. That looks a little less weird, I'm sure. Okay. I can change some of that later. Okay. So, the plan, essentially, is to block off the player from accessing this area, which I can do by setting it up like so. There we go. That looks pretty cool. There. I like that. I might want a ramp here, actually, for slope, whatever you call it, underneath all this. Ooh, yeah, that looks nice. I like that. Oh, we have a problem, though. Well, it's actually not that big of a deal. We just, oops. Just do this. So, actually, wait, let me think about this for a moment. So, let's say I don't. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, let's say I messed up and lost my shell. Like at this point, I think it's safe to say this is cheesable, which is not okay, obviously. We need to force the player to go through one of the thwomps. So that means it has to be this thwomp, which means I need to move this ramp over. Yeah, there we go. So I need to do that, actually. And then I can block this part off. How's that? That should be okay. Okay. So this now should be impossible to cheese now. There's absolutely no way, right? Oh wait, no, actually it might be possible to cheese. Let me see this. No, wait. What? Wait a minute. Shouldn't... Huh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... Hold up. Wait a minute. Were these previous sections possible to cheese? Oh. I don't know. It's very dangerous. It might be possible, but you have to be really skilled and it's really dangerous. Oops. I don't know. It seems almost impossible. Oh. Oops. That's not what I meant to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Were these the same distance? 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, uh-oh. These are actually 10 spaces apart. Really? Actually, how does that help me, though? Well, let's consider. Okay. Let's lose the shell real quick. Okay. So, if I come here... Oh, see, there's the cheese. So that's how you cheese that. Okay, but now you're not going to be able to get past this part, though. The corner thwomp. You cannot cheese the corner thwomp. Right, there's absolutely no way to choose the corner thwomp. So how do I set up? I need a corner thwomp then. Like, just in case. Well, I guess I could close this part off, and then just put a thwomp here going this way. That doesn't look very good, though, I think. I guess, well, let's see here, I could replace these with spike blocks. Oh yeah, I forgot to add some of these indicators. Alright, well, let's add a couple here. No. Okay. So... I feel like the player is almost guaranteed to not be able to cheese this thwomp section, but if somehow they can, let's just... Oh wow, that thwomp actually goes off screen. Oh. Of course it does. It's funny how I didn't think about that. Well, you know what, I'm not gonna worry about it. If someone can cheese it, more power to them, I guess. It's not really a big deal. I mean, if someone can do this part twice in a row, like, they're not going to cheese this. And even if they do, like, I think that's okay. Because they already beat it once. So I'm not going to worry about that, actually. Yeah. I'm just gonna... I'm actually gonna move this back over. Because I think that looked better that way. Wait a minute. Wait, what was I doing? You're supposed to go this way. Right. Do I just leave everything the way it is right now? I guess. Like, there's nothing else needs to change, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's over. So, yeah. Let's see here. I'll add a few coins here. Add a few coins here. And then... Oh no, this is kind of silly. Does this section look okay the way it is? I suppose so. Yeah, looks nice. How about, okay, we could put 4 coins like that. That looks kind of cool. Yeah, I like the way that looks. That's nice. Um, yeah, this is cool. I like this. Now, let's see what happens if I try to travel backwards through here. Oh, this is gonna be really easy to travel backwards through here. Okay. So, that's not fine. I definitely want to prevent the player from traveling backwards, so if I set up 2 spike blocks, that should cover that. And that looks pretty good, I think. Yeah, that's like a very minimalist way of preventing the player from backtracking, and it looks great. We don't want the player to dive into these backwards, so, and I think that's a very clean way of preventing that for that section. Alright, that's 2 challenge rooms completely done now. They could use maybe a little bit tweaking here or there, but I think I don't really see anything important to change at the moment. It looks really good. Uh, I, I, I think this pipe being like not sideways is fine, and this one being sideways I think is okay too. Like I needed to set this up sideways so that way the thwomps can slam down on it. I don't think it's important to think of the fact that the player can retreat here because it's not like it does them any good. And it looks nice because it matches this like escape route here. The only other tweak I could think of I could possibly make to this room would be maybe just to like add like a Goomba here just for flavor, you know, or like a Goombrat, I mean, to jump on, but I think that's kind of unnecessary. It's just a little bit of extra spice to the area. Is the only thing I could think of. If I did that, I guess I could put like a dry bones here or something. I'm not sure if a dry bones really makes that much sense. I think I'm gonna avoid like adding flavorful things to the level like that. Maybe. I'm not sure. I could also put like a Rocky Wrench dude up there. That might not be a terrible idea. You know, actually, maybe I will do that. I really like adding a little bit of flavor and not let things like seem kind of stale at any point. Um, like, does add some more personality to the level? I feel like it does. I'm not sure if a Goombrat is exactly the right way to add that extra flavor or not, but it's not going to interfere with anything anyway. We can't use it against the Thwomps, can't use it for damage boosting or anything like that. It should be okay. I'm going to add a Rocky Wrench dude over here. Because why not? I like Rocky Wrench dudes, they're cool. Alright. I think that's not overdoing it, probably. Oh, well, the one thing to keep in mind is it does technically make this jump a little bit more trying because of the Goombrat. You have to watch your timing a little bit more, but I think that's the spice that that jump actually needs to just set it apart from just being a tricky jump to being a tricky jump with a little bit of timing you have to worry about. It probably won't be an issue, but we'll see. I think that seems nice. Yeah, we gotta make sure that the hideouts, like, that the enemies are, like, ready, right? So I'm glad you agree with that idea. So I can't think of any other change that I would do for this gauntlet, though. Any tweak to it. Of, I feel like it's kind of straightforward and probably should stay that way. I guess we could add more decoration to the bottom of the gauntlet. Like, we can add some cactus doodads. But other than that, I don't know of anything else that I'd want to do for this section. So, go to put this in here, I suppose. Maybe one here, and then, let's see here. I could do maybe one here, and I don't know if this really makes that much sense, to be honest. You can barely see the cactus stuff with the intangible P blocks there, anyway. Oops. It's actually, it looks kind of cool. But it might be a bit of a waste visually, but no. I wonder if I should spread them out a little bit more or something. That would be for the best. Probably. Does this look a little bit better at all? Well, the interesting thing here is we're actually dealing with 10 of these spaces. So if I was alternating between this, there's going to be 3 of the short ones and 2 of the other ones. Which really isn't what I was going for, but we can do a tall one in there too. Yeah, I guess we could put the tall one in the middle or something. Or we could put it on the side, alternatively. Does this look good? I feel like this is the best look because we have the tall one in the middle, the more unique one, and then the smaller ones on the side, so it progressively gets taller. I think that's the way to go. And still kind of spaced out a little bit. It looks kind of somewhat natural. Yeah, I think that looks good. Alright, alright. What other suggestions can we think of? Should I work on a boss fight room farther up above, or should I do some other things first? Like, what other things would we be interacting with? The bounce craft. kind of ideas can we have? Oh, there are things like skewers and grinders, as well as bumpers. So, bumpers, I think, like if we had like, we could pass through them, for example, if we are in the correct mode on the dry bone shell. Now, I do not have too much experience with this idea. I've never done. I don't know if this might be this is going to be some experimenting, I think, because I don't think I've seen anybody do something like this in 11. I haven't tried it myself, so I'm thinking. See if I try to. See, I'm just gonna bounce right off. Or no, but okay, that's not okay. Um, that's not what I was expecting to happen. Well, I guess I shouldn't really be surprised. Whoa, is that not gonna let me through though now? Oh, that's different. I didn't expect that. So if you line them up side by side, it blocks them? Is that for real? Oops. Um, wow. Interesting. I wonder if it's possible to get out from there or not. Oh, you can from that side. Huh. Interesting. So it'll let you do it from the edge of the map. So what happens if I just replace this with this? Now is it sealed tight? No, not really. Oh, weird. Okay, well, because what I was thinking was we could easily go up there, or at least that's the thought process if we do that. These things don't even move very far, do they? That's actually kind of weird. They shouldn't be like that, actually. Um, so, okay, let me see something. Actually, I don't want to use a donut block. Let's say we're on like a hard block, I guess, for example. I need a track. Need a few different tracks to experiment with here. So we have this. So that just takes me up immediately, no questions asked. And of course that lets me go up too, and it lets me go down. Now going down with this, you'd have to be on the hard blocks or it won't work, which is interesting. Because otherwise you're just ground pounding, or whatever you want to call that. I think at this point, like, these were my main two core ideas that I could come up with. I may have to, like, sleep on some of these ideas and try to think of what I want to do. I think the skewer definitely has potential, as well as the grinders, like, and then the bumpers. And I'm curious to see if, like, do I want to combine the bumpers with some of those things or not? I'm not sure yet. And I don't know if I don't know if I want to make a challenge room be just skewers or not. I think that might be really stressful, but I'm not really sure. Yeah. Like, I... Hmm. But we're definitely using all of those things, I think. I think there's no doubt at this point. Just a matter of, like, how do I want the room to look? Uh, the various rooms. So, this one's going sideways. It's supposed to be like these others, but I'm probably going to rearrange it so it's going up again instead. We'll see. I'm not sure what I'm doing yet. But, I think I've worked on this level enough for now, for this stream. So I'm gonna put this development on hold. I'll have to go back to the first screen, actually, and save it there for now. Okay,